Hey everybody, this is Nerd Bomber here, one of the co-hosts of the Online Warriors podcast. Our weekly podcast started as a way for three friends to keep in touch and discuss their passion for movies, gaming, technology, and entertainment. And since then, we've grown into a fantastic online community. Every Wednesday, we release a new episode discussing the latest nerdy news, and then we go hands-on with our weekly adventures and a fun trivia show. Sound interesting? Check us out on every podcast platform, including Spotify and Apple Podcasts, or hit us up at onlinewarriorspodcast.com.
Hey there, this is John from Pino Comics.
And I'm Lloyd, also from Pino Comics.
And I'm the other John, and you get it by now. As you may know, we sometimes use language on this show that can be described as...
Filthy.
Okay.
Reprehensible?
Crude?
Sure.
Nasty.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, guys. We all know that it's just plain out gutter talk.
You've been warned. Listen in.
All right, we are recording in a very strange way for Pino Comics. We are recording via Zoom conference. I want to thank our friend Scary Larry Dwyer for, making me aware of Zoom conference. We have, we haven't been in the same room in how long? Like 2 months at this point?
Shit. I missed the last two that you did.
Well, so we recorded
February
all together.
29th was the last one I missed.
Okay. So we recorded all together early in the year, maybe once or twice. And then me and Lloyd did a pair with Kurt Spieler. And then me and John did a pair with Larry and Mike Simonetta. So it's almost like we're sharing, you guys are sharing me on the weekends, like you're a broken up couple. But so in any case, you're listening to
Cookie.
It's cookie. It's so you're listening to this episode and you're probably saying to yourself, this doesn't sound as nice as a normal episode. You can write to coronavirus and tell it to go fuck itself for destroying the way we record. So on today's episode, we have Sir John. John, what's going on, man?
I'm miserable because this is my GaryCon weekend and I'm stuck at home.
We're going to talk about
coronavirus.
that.
So
We're gonna
go fuck yourself there, COVID-19.
Wherever there's a Sir John, very close behind, there is a Manster. Manster, what's going on?
Manster, yeah. Well, you know what? I'm still working through this whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm considered essential as I know you are.
I'm essential as fuck. It's the only time in my life. Yeah. No, I'm essential.
One employee left, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'm at work every day. You know, it's the way it is.
Making it happen, bro.
I'm probably doing more work now than ever.
Well, I don't know. The aero industry need whatever the fuck it is you do. Tools, right? You're making
I work for large manufacturing that does defense contractor.
Oh, okay.
So we're out there making missiles and carts and
you have
engines and all kinds of stuff.
I know you can't talk about this
our
stuff.
government.
Do you have anything that could defeat coronavirus? Has it happened yet? You don't have to say yes.
We have lots of spray bottles of alcohol and hand sanitizer at work.
All right. How much hand sanitizer are you drinking at work every day?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you should see the vents up in my place. It's like Corona 1 through 18 lives up there.
Corona 1 through 18. Those fucking failures. All right. And with us this week is G.I. Gary, the other. Right, Gary, you work at tools too, right? You're a tool guy?
Aerospace tooling, yeah, that's me.
Wow.
I'm essential.
Now, how much hand sanitizer have you been sneaking in at your lunch breaks, Gary?
Just a squirt or 10.
Okay, all right. So I guess I'll go through each one of you guys and just ask, what have you been keeping yourself occupied with in terms of, has there been anything that you've watched that's been good? Has there been anything you've read that's been good? in John's case, what show have you been binge watching that you're wasting your time with, but you're doing it well? I'll start with Gary. I'll start with Gary. Gary, how are you keeping yourself occupied during COVID-19 quarantine, Listerine?
Not too much TV, but mostly comics and playing with my new G.I. Joe toys.
That's right. You just got your Snake Eyes in, right?
That's right. Yeah, I've been haven't been able really to keep my hands off of him all week. He is a sexy.
Did
bitch.
you let him sit for 24 hours or what?
Oh no.
No?
No. Yeah, he was
You
propped
couldn't-
right open on the Facebook page.
Yeah, that's
He was
right.
waiting for me at work. Had to send it to work because you got to hide things, and got it in and said, "Hey, John, can I do Facebook Live?" And popped it open right there.
What's the idea of coming out with a Snake Eyes figure without a Storm Shadow figure? It seems like if you're going to do one, you should do both.
What's more iconic, Snake Eyes. It's Snake Eyes has become the face of the G.I. Joe brand, even more so than Duke from the 1980s, because everybody, G.I. Joe was carried on by the comic book, but not anything else. And even with no marketing, Snake Eyes has risen to the top as the Wolverine, of the G.I. Joe team. He's everywhere. He's the face. The Rashikage's symbol is now part of the branding. It's crazy.
Gary, can I ask you a question? You mentioned Duke of the 1980s. Why did he have that stupid fucking grin on his face on the action figure? What was there a story behind that? Did someone do that as a joke? I mean, I remember looking at Duke and just thinking, what is this guy laughing about? He was
PTSD.
four.
It's PTSD. It's a rictus. He just can't control himself. He's just a glutton for murder.
Jesus Christ. Played memorably by Channing Tatum in those two shitty G.I. Joe movies. Let's move on to Sir John.
Yep.
Let's move on to Sir John real quick. Sir John, normally you would be in Wisconsin right now. For Gary Con, what number?
I'll show you.
Oh,
If you can see it, because I got some of my swag in the mail the other day. This is a Gary Con commemorative coin for Gary Con 12, which would be going on this weekend. It's two-sided, obviously, because one side is for 11, one side is for 12. Look at the size of this thing.
Yeah.
Big
To give you an idea.
That's hefty.
Jeez.
The previous coins, challenge coins, were coin-sized. This thing came in the mail, and I was like, what the hell is this thing?
That looks like something Conan would wear around his neck.
It's like Flava Flav.
I posted it on their Facebook page. I posted it on their Facebook page when it came in the mail and with a picture in my hand, and I said it's a wee bit larger than the others. And one of their staff came on and says, well, one of the guys wanted them to be weapons.
Oh, yeah. Like a shield. All right, so here's a question for you, John.
Should have been a face mask.
This should have been Gary Con 12.
Correct.
We get rid of coronavirus. We fuck it to death. Whatever we got to do. We burn it in hell. Next year, will it be Gary Con 12 or 13?
No, it will be 13.
Really?
Right now, yes. Right now they're doing a replacement for the con called Virtual Gary Con, where people can go online and play games or see seminars, that sort of thing, as a pseudo replacement for what should have happened this weekend. There was a virtual element anyway. They started that up a year or two ago, and people that couldn't physically go to the con could play these virtual games. But it really exploded this year because of the inability to go to Wisconsin and sit down with your friends. And
I actually do feel really bad for you because I know how much you look forward to this. It's a once-a-year thing, and it seems like two things. This coronavirus has had the weirdest timing where it's fucked everything, And number two, 2020 fucking sucks. It's just bullshit.
Yeah. And we thought 2019 was bad.
I thought 2019 was okay. I would go back and do 2019 every year for the rest of my life as compared to the first 3 months of this motherfucker.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
and John.
It's not been good. Yeah.
It's garbage. It's fucking garbage. And John, real quick before we get to Lloyd, anything you've been enjoying you're watching some weird Star Trek shit. What did you think of Picard without spoilers? Because this will come out. Okay. He's given a thumbs down.
It definitely was a downer for me. I mean, I see a lot of people raving about how great it was. I don't see it. I watched all of it. I gave it a chance. So many people are complaining about how it's not Star Trek or it's shitting on the memory of Next Generation or whatever.
It's a bit dull.
It's
It is
dull.
It's
and
dull as fuck.
You know, it does pick up eventually, but it is only 10 episodes, and those last 2 episodes were so wildly uneven. And the end of this season, I guess it's going to be something completely different for next year, and it just isn't good.
Yeah.
It's just not good.
I'm up to episode 4, and I do get what everybody's saying, that it's just kind of like a slow burn and it's boring. But then I got to remind myself, it's a television show starring a 94-year-old guy.
Right.
Like when there's like minor action scenes, and I'm worried he's going to snap in half, literally.
Well, not to give anything away, but I think it was the first episode where he gets winded running up a flight of stairs.
Yeah. Yeah.
So at least you get to see some of that, but it's okay. But it's the end of it was just terrible. I mean, not a good conclusion to something that
let
so
me ask
many
you,
people were looking for.
Once he gets the team together, is there like space action?
There's a little bit.
Yeah, geriatric space action.
No, there is a little bit. There is a little bit.
Well, it's just a lot of Ocean's 11 going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of angst, and there's a lot of overacting, and there's a lot of plot hammering that really falls apart at the end. Really falls apart. So
yeah.
I was highly disappointed. I think I said on Keith DeCandido's page that I was not going to go forward with it after this.
Wow.
And it's just
bad.
So it sets up for a season 2.
It is.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's all set up for it.
All right, Lloyd, what have you been doing?
Well, as you know, when this first started, I was sick.
Yeah.
I mean, you can probably still hear it a bit of my voice. It's been
Manster is patient 0.
Yes.
I might have been Connecticut patient 0, but I never got tested. No, I went to the doctor, and he's like, "Don't worry about it. It's not COVID." But that was 2 weeks ago. You know, I'm still getting over it, but it's all right. Every time I cough at work, you know, I get the evil eye from people. I'm essential, you know, so.
Essential as fuck.
Yes, EAF right here.
So what have you been enjoying, Lloyd? What's been on your comics? What's some good comics?
Let's see. Our friend Andrew Morgan asked me to do a little piece for him. You know, he had an idea in mind related to the COVID quarantine situation. So he asked me to do a drawing for him. I think he's maybe got in mind, you know, some kind of bigger plan. So I've been working on that. Hopefully I'll get that done tonight. I won't tell you anything about it, but it should be kind of cool. I've been watching some Netflix. What I see, Laundromat. Anyone see that?
No.
By Steven Soderbergh. It's on Netflix. That was pretty good. I enjoyed that. I watched Lost Girls, which was kind of, I think, not very good.
Didn't see that.
Girl that was lost. It was a prostitution thing. I didn't care for it all that much.
Hooker with a heart of gold type thing.
A girl who gets lost.
You had me at hooker.
Yeah. The Irishman. I finally had time to watch that while I was sick in bed, so I thought that was pretty good.
Still haven't watched that.
Yeah.
How many times you fall asleep during it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been watching Westworld.
I haven't seen that yet.
Can't get into that.
Yeah.
Can't get
I
into
tried
it.
watching the first episode, and I just was like, it's cold. It's very cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did watch The Walking Dead.
I'm sorry.
We're not used to not being in the same room, staring at each other, knowing when to talk.
Looking for the visual cue.
Look.
I was just saying,
Jesse.
I'm sorry you watched The Walking Dead.
Oh, yeah. I may be the last guy in our whole clique that watches that damn show, but you know, I just want to see where the hell they're going with it. Michonne is now not on the show anymore. She's gone. She had her last episode. No, she's not dead. She's out there looking for Rick.
Oh, yeah. Christ.
Spoilers, you know, big deal.
Oh, that's a good way. So you lose one character, another one's like, I gotta go find him.
Yeah.
The Alpha Negan thing.
I need more money.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, do they brought Alpha in?
The Alpha
Alpha's
Negan.
been
Remember how that got resolved in the comic?
Yeah, Negan killed the fuck out of her in the comic.
Yeah.
after he laid some pipe.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Same in the show. Same deal.
Good.
Yep.
Good for Negan. Getting
Beta's been
boned and
exposed.
The internet was ablaze with Negan later, and that's what he did in the comic. He doesn't have the concubines anymore.
let's see what else has been going on, guys. Gary, real quick, because you're on Toy Fair. Tell us about our trip pre-corona, PC as we're calling it now in this new age. Funnily enough, like 2 weeks before, I'm surprised me and you didn't end up getting sick as fuck hanging out at the Javits Center.
Yeah, no, because like you said, when we got there, the first thing John says when we get to the Javits Center is like, "Oh my gosh, this is like a Tuesday at the mall. There's nobody there compared to New York Comic Con."
Yeah.
And it was like a typical, like, I've been to manufacturing trade shows. It was just like a trade show. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, everyone's walking around with their badges, showing them off. And you're walking around, and
It's like
the first thing we do, sort of like East Tech. But anyway, so we go.
Wait, hold on.
The first thing we do
Was that aerospace tooling jargon?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I wanted all the people out there listening to understand that joke that went over everybody's head.
I hate talking shop, but but so the first thing we do is we head into the basement because we're just glorified neckbeards, and but that was pretty cool because as we found out that many people in that area were a lot of first timers and like a lot of independents, which is was right up John and Pina Comics alley. What was that guy? The guy from Britain with that party game?
Oh yeah.
I can't think. I don't have my.
A lot of cool people there, and if John was there, this would never have happened. But there was a gaming company out of, I think, Spain, and the young lady that was showing us the game had me and Gary play, and I beat Gary. I've never beaten John
in like 30 seconds.
In like 30 seconds. I've never beaten John in a game anywhere we've gone. So as soon as I beat Gary, I was so fucking excited. I was like,
he was dancing in the aisle. I couldn't stop him. I'm like, please, you're embarrassing me.
Yeah. And then I played a game of Martian chess with Andrew Looney from Looney Labs, and summarily got my ass handed to me. So it all went back to normal very quickly.
The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away.
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah, so we were walking around. We saw the girl behind the shower curtain giving out flip-flops.
That was weird.
And
that was weird.
Yes, it was weird.
Yeah.
No pictures of that because, we didn't want to get escorted out. We were bumped into our friend Chad from Ghost of the Stratosphere.
Yep.
He was wheeling and dealing. He was one of the shops that was advertising the fact that they sell toys. A lot of word games we saw in that floor. And then
I got a couple that we haven't done anything with yet because of
word games.
Virus. Yeah.
Am I the only nerd that actually
games.
likes word games?
Well, if we ever can get together here again, I've got two that we'll play for the podcast eventually, probably sometime in the year 2029 when coronavirus is all gone and we can podcast in the same fucking room again.
Yeah. All right.
It was a good day. If it happened 2 weeks later, we wouldn't have gone.
Yeah, we wouldn't have been allowed.
Yeah, think about that. Think about all the events that have been canceled just because of this virus.
Yeah,
it's been
all the high school graduation.
I guarantee Gen Con will get canceled, and I'm pretty sure that San Diego Comic-Con is also going to get canceled.
I wouldn't doubt if New York gets canceled at this point. I'm gonna call 2020 a wash for all this stuff because I don't know how you guys feel. So I was talking to somebody today about this. So let's say in May 15th, right? They say we got a vaccine or we got a cure or we know it's going to stop somehow by this date. Are you rushing out to hang out with people for like even another month or two? I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to go, okay, I got my vaccine. Stay the fuck away from me for like, give me till August.
Yeah. You've been out there. These people are out there already.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to get into
people
that.
in denial, yeah.
Total denial.
COVID channel.
Total denial, yeah.
Yeah.
Stay home. That's our message to Comics. Stay home.
Yeah.
Stay safe.
And wash your hands.
Wash your hands. Keep
use toilet
people
paper
safe.
Just use hygiene, simple hygiene.
Yep.
Did you not learn this stuff from your family, from school? Because we were taught hygiene in school. I can't figure this out.
Don't eat bats.
Yeah, don't eat fucking bats. There's so many
And
options other than bats.
If you're using plastic gloves and gas masks or whatever the hell you're using, throw them away. Don't just throw them on the ground, you morons.
Yeah. Gary, quick.
Disgusting people.
Pop quiz, Gary. 3 meats that are easier to find and better tasting, most likely than bat. Go.
Bison, turkey, and chicken.
See, he did it.
There
You
you
are
go.
not going to get coronavirus from turkey or chicken, and bison, I'm going to go with probably not either.
See, I would have went with
Squirrel,
squirrel, and
possum.
I only said bison because that's what I bought today because there was no meat in the cooler. So I was like, oh, look, there's bison. I haven't had that in a while.
Bison's delicious. I've had it before. I like it myself.
Yeah.
Somebody
Free-range
didn't cough
cow.
on that. Somebody didn't cough on the bison meat. They just coughed on all the chicken and the other meat. So they threw it all away.
Yeah. Toss
Hear
it.
about that one?
Yeah. $35,000 worth of food, right? Threw it all out because someone coughed all over it.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
This is why I love our humanity. It's just so great.
Yeah. Well, we'll get back to the Pint of Comics stuff because we floated off into COVID-19 world, but that's the world we live in now.
Yeah. I got all my whole family at home 24/7.
Yeah. I haven't left the house except for
I got
work.
a college kid. You know, my daughter canceled college basically. So the good thing is we're getting about $3,000 back for room and board and meals. But she's learning from home. I got 2 kids, high school and then 5th grade. They're all doing virtual classrooms. But one of my kids is actually thriving pretty good. Jonah's doing a great job. He likes it better.
Oh, Lloyd, you gone?
No, I'm here. You guys see me
Probably lost you. All right.
Yeah.
John, I want to ask you about this. You've been messaging us on the Pint message board. Why are you rewatching Enterprise? What the fuck are you doing to yourself? Well, hold on. Before you do that.
It's been a long time.
Exactly. It's been a long time. You're getting from there to here.
Amazon Prime has a nice little skip feature for the intro, so you can avoid all
yeah. What are you doing? How many seasons are there of that? 4 or 5?
There's 4. I thought there were 5, but there's only 4 on Amazon, and I'm only partially way through. No, I finished the 2nd season, so I'm just getting into the 3rd, and I had to take a break because
it sucks.
Why are you doing this here?
Going back to Picard, because of the fandom screaming and hollering about Picard is not Star Trek or Star Trek Discovery is not Star Trek. And all this complaining and whining about it being fan fiction, I'm thinking it's all fan fiction. You either accept it for what it is or you don't, and you just stop watching it. I stopped watching Enterprise during that 1st season because it was so bad.
Yeah.
Now I'm going back to watch it to see
that's it.
why does Enterprise get the short stick compared to everything else?
Well, doesn't Enterprise? I know you're not there yet, and I'm sure you know this, so I don't think it's ruining it. But doesn't Enterprise end up being technically fan fiction? Isn't it like a holodeck program that Riker and Troy were running or something? I think that's how the whole show ends.
Said that yet?
Yeah, it does.
No, the last show I remember watching on Enterprise was they did a 2-part Mirror Universe episode
where even the theme song is different. Yeah,
right. There was no real explanation to
time.
it. They just did it, and the first half was really good. And much like Picard, the second half was such a shit show of bad explanations and here, let's write this out real quick. It's almost watching Star Wars. It just, I don't know. I just decided to go back and rewatch some of it, and like you said, I mean, it's not good. It's not good. It's interesting in certain aspects of it, but the pacing of some of the episodes are really weird. They kind of, it's got that Universal Monsters movie ending where it just ends. So I'm like, they're getting to the whole dramatic, tail end of the story, and then boom, the credits come up, and I'm looking at it going, oh,
what happened?
What just happened?
What?
Scale,
And it happens
over?
a lot.
scale of 1 to 10. How hot is T'Pol still? Or not T'Pol. What was her name? T'Pol?
No, it's
No, that was a
Paul.
rock band in the
T'Pol.
80s.
You're right. Heart and soul.
Yeah, Heart and Soul.
Heart and soul. Actually,
Yeah, they
though,
couldn't
she's
use-
named after a character in Star Trek too.
Yeah.
No, she's not.
Oh, she's not?
She was supposed to be. She was supposed to be T'Pol, and they couldn't use that name from the original series because the writer of that episode would have to be paid royalties,
Yep.
and they weren't going to do that. So they just changed the name a little bit.
Jesus. So Jolene Blaylock, though, right? She was a fox.
Yeah, she's. It's amazing how much they sexualize her in this show. I had forgotten some of
The
it.
tight uniform.
Tight uniforms. And then
Super tight.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so tight. I don't know how they got her in it.
there was at least
Vaseline.
1 or 2 episodes. Yeah, Vaseline. There was at least 1 or 2
KY.
episodes where
Yeah, well, there's a lot of that.
remember there was an episode where her, the Asian girl who was the linguist, and I think
Yep.
maybe Trip, the engineer, had to like massage each other. You know what I'm talking about?
It's- Yeah, there's a decontamination portion
Yes,
of the ship
yes.
where they go in, and it's not just once; it's multiple times.
Multiple
where they
times,
have
yeah.
her multiple times. There's a whole sexualized scene with her and the captain.
Oh boy.
Not just the captain. I think they did it to her and just about everyone they could think of in that little room with the blue
Dr.
lights.
Phlox? Did Dr. Phlox ever get
Well.
any loving?
Yes.
Oh God.
It's a weird show.
All right.
It's not
Yeah.
good.
Did any of you guys take advantage of the fact that movie theaters are not open right now? And did you rent any of the current releases that are out there? Have any of you done that?
I was planning on it, and I was going to do The Invisible Man,
I did that.
but I
I'll sit
didn't.
right
I
here.
didn't do it.
I'll sit and watch.
Uh-oh. I think Gary's muted. Gary's off.
Yeah, I got a little guy running around now.
All
of a sudden.
right.
And see.
Hello,
Oh, he
Caleb.
can't hear you. I got my earbuds in.
Yeah, Invisible Man. Me and Lindsay watched that last
I got
week.
the invisible kid.
All
right.
Invisible Man was okay. It was not great. $20. I didn't mind renting it because we were going to go see it. So for $20, it wasn't like the money, but I expected more.
Is it something you would buy the Blu-ray?
No, fuck no.
No. Okay.
I would watch it on Netflix. I would, I'm not saying don't watch it. It's got some cool stuff going on, but yeah, I would not buy that thing. Oh, John just put on a Miami Dolphins hat.
Oh,
Jesus.
Dan Marino.
I got all my hats right here
Your hat rack.
for video when I have bad hair days.
All right, Gary's muted again. I'm very concerned about Gary's muting me. That's okay though. I'm not mad at him. Lloyd,
Yeah.
what else has been going on? Comic. What have you been reading?
Wait, do that
We
again.
can talk about this a little bit. The fact that this week, as we're recording, is the last week of new comic books for who knows how long.
Yeah, it is.
How do you
Yeah.
feel about that?
I went to BoomTube on Wednesday. They're doing the curbside pickup now.
I stopped today. Yep.
Yeah. I opened the door. That's all I did was open it just to see what was going on. He's no, don't come in. I'm like, yeah, I'm not coming in. So yeah, they just bring your books out to the curb. You could maybe look through the window if you try, but
Yeah, well, as of tonight, that's all you can do is get curbside. They're not allowed to be open.
yeah, as of
So.
8 p.m. tonight, right?
Yep.
No more Diamond distributing till I don't know. They said what did they say?
Till-
Was it April 8th?
That seems short. That seems
Yeah,
short.
that does
maybe
seem
that's-
way too
maybe that's
short.
not right.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the date was, but it's going to be way longer than that anyway.
This is definitely an industry that cannot afford to have that happen very long.
Yeah.
Well, part of the problem too is not just Diamond; it's the printers are shutting down. So without
Right.
anyone to print new comics, it's going to be disrupted for months. Months.
So I got a question, and maybe John, maybe you have an idea. Maybe you know more than I do. So Marvel, DC, these companies, all companies, put out digital versions of their comics to Comixology, all that stuff. Do you know? I don't know the answer. If they don't physically publish a comic because they can't, like they print it, but they can't get it out to a store because so let's say next week's comics, let's just say Captain America number 15 comes out next week. It's printed, it's ready to go, but it won't be shipped. Can they still put that out digitally? Do you know?
If they want to.
That would be the death. That would be the death knell for comic book stores. I would think.
It may be and it may not be. There's two problems.
Well, I mean,
with either
is that considered essential? Someone's got to put together digital stuff. You
can do it from home.
You can do that from home.
Yeah, but who's doing it? I don't think people are doing it from home.
Oh, I'm sure they have a.
I can't tell you.
Everyone else does.
Yeah.
Look at Michael Kelleher. He basically works from home.
Yeah.
He even said it himself. All his employees basically work from home. There's no central location to go to. Can be, but there isn't.
You making it, Gary?
Yes. Just family.
Yeah.
I mean,
not used to working from home for me.
Yeah. I don't know if it's going to be a death knell. The problem is if they don't put out new content, then nobody's working.
Right.
What do you do then?
I just worry.
If they're smart, if the big guys are smart, they can put out exclusive digital content that doesn't disrupt the regular publishing schedule. So like put all the stuff that should be printed on hold, start putting out brand new stuff that goes digital only. That's what they should be doing.
That makes sense.
That'll keep people satisfied, at least the DC and Marvel crowd. I mean, the smaller guys, I don't know what the hell they're going to do. There's going to be a lot of people out of work.
Yeah,
what a fucking people out of work now.
Is this the death of the comic book industry?
No.
Good.
It's just going to change it. You got a small press like Alternative who has their own distribution. It's Peter Samedi, going to the mailbox. But, like John was saying, the smaller guys, that's what they're going to probably end up having to do. But like the larger guys, I think the problem is with COVID, you don't have like a backlog of comics that are ready to go direct to, let's say, PDF to go online. So they're going to have to pull something from the print slate to put it immediately online. They're not going to be able to just create direct. I don't think they're going to have time to react to put something brand new that was unplanned onto the internet.
True. There'll be a disruption there. What they can do,
this whole
though,
fucking thing sucks.
Well, yeah, but what they can do,
yeah, it's true.
It does
they have stuff. They have stuff in file that hasn't been published. They could release some of that stuff. I mean, there's always been, at least at DC, and I'm sure at Marvel, they've had books on file for years, stuff that they needed to throw into a publishing schedule, and there was a hole.
Yeah, what are they? Evergreen? Is that what they call that? Just like radio, right? Yeah.
Something like that. Not necessarily evergreen stuff, but just things that needed to fill a hole at some point. Stock is what they call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they didn't want a book to be late at all.
Right. And things changed in the industry in the last 20 years when it came to late books. Thank you, Kevin Smith. But anything could be done at this point. I mean, if they had a rush guy like a Sal Buscema out there, I think I could get a book done overnight, really. He was fast.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of getting it colored and inked and all that. But they could slap something together in a week. Be hard. But it's been done before.
Well, I think there was an interview and they said the record was there was a Thor annual put together in 9 days.
Yeah.
Something in the 80s at Marvel. Yeah. So, I mean, it can be done. Does anybody want to do the work though? If they do the work, they can reap the rewards.
But I mean, going back to some of the smaller guys that are still publishing and distributing their own stuff, also because they won't be able to print the stuff. That's going to be the bigger problem. Right. So, I mean, all these guys printing are going to be delayed. There was such a delay to begin with, anything being printed over in China. Nobody was shipping anything. They're all sick.
Well, it's a Chinese virus. I don't know if you knew that or not. China virus.
Yeah.
China virus.
Yeah. I wouldn't spread that out there.
No, God, everybody out there knows I'm kidding. God damn, I hope you know I'm kidding. Certainly not.
I know.
All right, Gary, GI Gary, what do you got coming up in the next couple weeks? You have some videos, right? What's going on?
First up, new video on the YouTube channel. Like, share, subscribe. Hit that bell icon. Yeah, my 6-inch G.I. Joe Snake Eyes.
What'd you call him?
Philip DeFranco.
Who the fuck's that?
That's a YouTube guy.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so I'm doing the G.I. Joe 6-inch Snake Eyes up now. Working on that. And then I got a couple more in the pipeline, just figuring out what I'm going to pull off the shelf and play with next. The Snake Eyes has been
terrifyingly dirty.
It usually is, but
you've been talking about playing with your 6-inch Snake Eyes a little bit too much too. Yeah,
yeah, not a one-eyed snake.
Not a one I know. That's Serpentor. Real quick, Gary, I did want to ask you this while we have you on the show. We're going to be doing a 100-proof book project with you, and at this point, it'll probably be in this manner.
Yeah, this works great.
What were the issues, and what is the book, shockingly, we'll be doing with you?
It's going to be X Factor number 3 through 8.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, Marvel Comics, 1982. We're reading issues 12 through 19. Probably the only singular arc that really you could do a project like this on, because usually it's a traditional 80s book and it just meanders the plot lines through every issue. So that's a nice, good chunk to whet somebody's appetite or turn them off.
Or make them hate G.I. Joe. Fuck this. All right.
Yeah,
so
that'll be new for me.
Yeah, well, that's part of this.
Every comic is somebody's first comic.
That's right. All right. Lloyd, Manster, what do you have going on?
Yeah, I'm going to be reading me some Arsenic Lullaby. We got the third collected issue come out. Here's let's see if I can get this. There we
Mine's
go.
on the way.
Oh, that looks backwards to me.
No, it's right side up for me.
Good for me.
Okay. Yeah, that came in my very last of 2020 pull list this week. I was very surprised. I didn't expect it, so I was pretty happy about that. What else? So I'm enjoying the Joe Hill comics. So you got Dollhouse Family. Yeah, that's come out. Punisher Soviet. I hope the hell I get to read the last issue of that.
That did come out this week. So
yes, it did. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's the last one. Excellent. I picked up a Michael Allred X-ray robot. I don't know if anyone heard of that.
No.
Michael and Laura Allred, I believe.
I'm not an Allred fan.
Yeah, so I'm going to check that out. And Folklords. Yeah, I've been enjoying that. I think there's one more issue of that as well. Yeah.
Not to get back into the comics not coming out thing, but isn't it weird, like, you're talking about the Joe Hill comics, and the only one I've read so far, and I liked it a lot, was I read Plunge number 1.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. Plunge number 2 came out today, and as I looked at it, I just went, what the fuck does this matter at this point? Like,
yeah,
I'm
right.
This, and who knows when I get 3. It's more of a bittersweet thing, but I'm still going to enjoy comics. So,
yeah.
All right.
Well, I've read all the Joe Hill comics, and unfortunately, one or two still have 1 or 2 issues left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I ever get them.
The Dollhouse. Yeah. That came out this week.
Yeah. Dollhouse Family. Yep.
Yeah. Even Peter Gross said he has no idea when the 6th issue is going to hit the stand. So
yeah.
That sucks.
That one's been very enjoyable.
It's been okay.
Sir John, a.k.a. Captain Tacklebox. What are you going to do? What are you going to do when you're done with Enterprise? Are you going to watch Smallville all the way through? How are you going to fuck your life up in various ways?
I don't know. People keep pushing shows at me, but I have no interest in any of them. I don't know. I'm not even sure if I'll finish Enterprise. At this point, with the last episode I watched, the main... when your captain is so he's just unlikable in so many ways. I don't know. I don't know if I can finish it.
Not a big Scott Bakula fan, are you?
I liked him. It's kind of why I watched the show when it first came out, but I just couldn't get into the whole prequel thing and the way they built it up, and it just felt wrong to me then. Plus, the episodes were pretty dull.
I mean, you can stare at T'Pol a little more.
Yeah. All right.
No, even that has gotten bad because now they've in this season they're tying her up with what's his name, Connor Trenier, the guy that played
Trip. Yeah.
They've got some physical relationship that's supposed to be therapeutic between the two of them because they're both dealing with some kind of trauma, and it's just hypersexualized in a way that's just bad. It's like three 14-year-old boys trying to write what they think sex is. It's just bad.
That just sounds great.
That sounds gross. That sounds sweaty. All right. Well, I'm going to continue to read comics. I've been piling through comics, man, because what the fuck else is there to do? I've watched. I set up a Letterboxd account. I did an episode by myself talking about it. I counted recently. I think this year I've watched 47 movies so far. Because that was even before coronavirus. I just was like, fuck it. I'm going to watch a ton of movies and see what's going on.
That's what I just watched.
Jeez, I don't know. What did you watch? Oh, Speed 2?
No.
Is it Speed 2 month already?
What'd you watch?
No. I watched the latest Star Wars movie just because.
The Rise of Schmegma. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched that again myself. I fell asleep.
Again? Oh, you think I hate watch things? Wow, Lloyd.
I fell asleep
2
during
viewings
it.
of that. Ah.
I'm waiting for Frozen 2.
That's on Disney Plus.
Yeah, we're waiting for the moment to hit it, and we're gonna watch that. That's our next movie.
Gary,
maybe
Gary.
we'll do that this weekend.
Let it go, Gary. Let it go.
All right. I should say this. Of things that are very new that I've been watching. My girlfriend and I have been watching the Lego Masters.
Oh, I've watched the whole thing. I've watched the whole season.
That bridge episode was the best.
The bridge episode was insane.
Yeah, that was so good.
Was it like 4,000 pounds?
No, what is wrong with you guys? That show is awful. It's
I love it.
terrible.
Oh, that's good.
I like it.
So bad.
I like
we
it.
hate watching it. No, it's so bad. The contestants are terrible. The whole dramatic.
Will Arnett as a host is really, really cheesy.
But... Oh, he's great because he makes fun of it. He makes fun of the fact that this is a shitty reality show.
I know.
The problem is it's not really funny anymore. It was funny in the first episode. Now it's so bad.
Right.
It's bad. It's not. There's nothing good about it.
I'm a Lego fan, so I like seeing that stuff.
Those 2 people from Lego shouldn't be on television at all. They talk about hypersexualizing a woman. That Scottish woman.
Yeah, it's like
every episode.
Jamie and Amy or something like that.
They keep putting her in stranger and stranger outfits to make her interesting to look at because she towers above that short little shit that cannot enunciate anything on camera. He's awful.
All right,
I'm sorry for you Lego fans.
They had Terry Crews on last episode.
Yeah,
that was good.
Let's haul out Mayim Bialik while we have a chance.
John's hate fucking on Lego Masters.
That's all right. I'm enjoying it. I'm not ashamed to admit it.
I'm sorry for you Lego fans to have that happen to you. I mean,
let me end this on a semi-positive note. All right, so this has been Piney Comics. It's been a little bit different than it normally is, and we hope we'll
get better at it.
We'll get better at it for sure. We are a podcast that prides itself on being in the same room, looking at each other in the eye, swearing at each other, to each other, and having a good time. What's that?
Sweat rags.
Sweat rags. Yeah. It's very strange for us to be doing this over the phone. I know the sound's a little bit different, but we'll be back. We'll be back to full. What does Tarkin say? Full operational capacity, or whatever the fuck he says. I don't remember. So for Sir John, Captain Tacklebox, Lloyd Green, the Manster, Gary Viola, aka GI Gary. I am John Amenta, aka Johnny Ganache. This has been another episode of Piney Comics. We love you. Stay inside the fucking house. Please do everybody a favor. Wash your hands. I feel so prepared after 3 years of playing the hand washing song on our WESU show that I know that you're supposed to sing the happy birthday song to yourself 2 times while you wash your hands. This has been Piney Comics.
Change your clothes.
Change your clothes. Change your clothes, too. Gary, I will let you finish this one off. Put the sword through the heart of this episode with the phrase that destroys every episode of Piney Comics.
See ya.
It's over, Johnny. It's over! Nothing is over! Nothing! You just don't turn it off!